Question number 13, the midterm exam, mastery. As shown below, a rectangle is divided into 4 different triangles, given that the total area of the red part is 36, and the area of the yellow part is 20 square centimeters. Find the area of the green part. Okay guys, let's review what we learned in that half area model. If we are given a rectangle and we just find a random point in it, and then we just connect that point with all the 4 vertices, and that way we're going to cut this rectangle into 4 parts, right? Into 4 parts. And basically, what do we have? What's the conclusion? So you see this part 1 and part 2, they are opposite to each other. They are not adjacent, right? So what we have is that part 1 plus part 2, the area, equals to the area of part 3 plus part 4. Okay? Plus part 4. And they both equals to half of this rectangle. The half of this whole diagram. Why is that correct? Guys, let me show you. How can we prove that? So basically, we can have this line which is vertical to the length, and we can have this side which is perpendicular to the height. And if you cut that in this way, you can see this is the area of this small triangle is A, and that would be A for this part as well. Because as for this, let me show you. As for this blue rectangle, you just connect the diagonal of that. So the diagonal will cut that in half, right? So A and A. Using the same method, we know this part will be B and this will be B. This will be C, this will be C. And this will be D and this will be D. So each 2 pair, they got the same area. And if you remember that for part A, for part 1, this is this pink triangle, right? And the area of that equals to A plus D. And also for the second part, and that is this red parts, right? So that is B plus C. So let's add B and add C to it. So part 1 add part 2 will be A plus B plus C plus D. And also that will be the same for the yellow part and the green part. So for the yellow part, let's see, that is part 3, right? And that will be A plus B. And also for part 4, the green part, that will be D plus C. Okay? And if we compare that to, you will see that part 1 at part 2 is A, B, C, D. And part 3 plus part 4 will be A, B, C, D as well, right? This will be part 4. And both of them are half of the area of the rectangle, because as for the rectangle, the area equals to 2A add 2B add 2C add 2D. Okay? So based on that, let's try to solve the question. We know that the red parts, the total area is 36. That means part 1 plus part 2 equals to 36. And that equals to half of the area of the rectangle, and which is also part 3 plus part 4, right? And here, the part 3 will be the yellow triangle. That is, it tells us is 20. So the question is 20 plus what number equals to 36? And I think it's pretty easy for you guys to get. You just use 36, take away 20, you got 16. And the answer will be 16 here. So that means the area of the green part equals to 16 squared centimeters.